Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chillin and Building, and you are joining me here on Shard, the pirate planet here on the Wolves multiplayer server. And it is, as always, bloody night time, isn't it? It's always dark on this planet, hence the green spookiness of my current transmission. I'm actually stood up here on this ship up here, which is very nicely staying in the air for me and not falling down. But this gives me a great overview of the area around our current base, which is a small mining facility. We can just see it over here that we're working out of at the moment. And oh, I've just lost contact with that. Oh dear. Let's use this instead. This thing is, well, basically we've outgrown it. I could expand it, but actually it's inherently too small to expand already, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of the space inside, it would be difficult to grow, so I think it would actually be easier to start from scratch, a brand new base. And well, I'm thinking big, put it that way, and I want to build the headquarters of our faction. Essentially, we've been using this as our headquarters for a while, and there's a few other bases dotted around the planet that other people have built and started using, which is fine. I want to build a monolithic base that we can proudly call our headquarters. Just over here we have the prison, and what I want to do is build, I think I've said it before, but I want to build a road from this prison over to this area. I want to take it past the mining facility on the left there. I want to take it to around about here, and at the end of this road I want the central building of our new base to be all glorious and in all its finery. So I have some pretty big ideas of what I want to do with this entire area here that you can see underneath the ship, right up to the edge of this ground here where it sort of starts to slope down into the swamps, all the way over to here where we start getting into some forests and brush and stuff. And also one of the other things I want to do is take it out, not the base. I might have to build a separate, technically base, but I want to build some kind of road slash hover train type thing to our in-progress spaceport over here. So this is the Syndicate spaceport here. This is where we would trade with other factions, and it's a work in progress at the moment. We've got one landing pad. I want to have 4. You can see where I've created the jetties, I suppose you could call them, the hangar bays that are supposed to go out and facilitate each of those landing pads. In the central building there is where trade happened. I want to build a train type, hover type, railway type thing, road, whatever you want to call it, yonder, to connect up with our headquarters over here. So it might be quite a difficult build because I don't think a base can be that big, so it might have to be several bases, you know, kind of roughly connected with each other. But yeah, I'm gonna also build, well, we've got the Warthog here. I'm gonna use the Warthog as a bit of a template to build a landing strip along here up to about here, and down several lengths of the Warthog around about here, I would say, maybe a bit further. So yeah, a big nice long landing strip for CVs to park on. On the end there I want a dedicated space for the Warthog, with loading ramps and things like that. To the right of this I want our factory, and by factory I mean like small vessel, hover vessel factory. So this will be like 2 large hangar bays with constructors and stuff nearby for building in plenty of light and safety, because obviously most of the builds that we do at the moment are just out in the dark of Shard on this little pad here, and yeah, the facilities are lacking somewhat. So the main building around about here, and then to the right of it from this perspective. The sort of living elements of the base: garden, living quarters, storage, to some extent, medical, that sort of thing, you know. But yeah, I fully expect about sort of 50-60% of the base will never ever be used or worked in, but and it's going to be, you know, more of a symbol than anything practically used by the faction. But it will have its practicalities. Like I said, it'll have the factory, it'll have more storage than this mining base does at the moment, so it will be good, but it'll be excessive. So let me just park this thing. Power that off. So I have got on me at the moment, it's just concrete. I'm going to build a base out of concrete initially. I'm actually not going to put any guns on the base to start off with, at least. Honestly, the first thing I'm going to do is just outline the frame like I would be building a capital ship, and then build it up from there. But defense wise, I'm probably going to stick with things like that tower over there, just like loads of defensive towers dotted around the base, in amongst buildings of the base, on the edges, around the edges, possibly on these mountains and hills around as well. So if somebody ever does have the balls to attack us on planet, the base wouldn't receive any fire because their turrets would be configured to attack our turrets and not our generators and fuel tanks and things like that, you know, that are actually in the base. They'd attack the turrets on the defense towers. So hopefully in any kind of hypothetical attack, the base would be left reasonably undamaged. The defense towers would focus most of the fire. But anyway, so what we're doing today, well, I'm going to kick this off with laying the foundations, essentially. So without further ado, let's kick in the tunes and get building.